Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tech Talk Tonight, number 18. I am here with my cohort up there, Gavin Ray Camper. How you doing there, sir?
Hello, everyone. Hello. Our two viewers.
Our switching's going to be a little slower tonight. I had all these plans to make it nice and fast and snappy, and everything fell apart here right at the end. It was awesome. But we are in HD.
Okay. I'm eating M&M's, so it's all right.
I'm in HD, and Gavin's as much HD as he can be, as he is on a computer LCD screen being filmed by a camera. That is what we've resorted to down here in the studio tonight. So
I think it adds character.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to add character every time that monitor shifts in and out of color and you become a green monster and stuff, but
you've got like half my face on it. I like it. It's very artistic.
Okay. Well, we're going for artistic tonight here. You heard it here first, folks. What are you eating there, Gavin?
Green and red M&M's. It's a bag of only green and red. It's the good stuff. That's what they give to the celebrities.
Where do they give this to you?
Well, you know, you hear those stories like in the celebrities in the green room. They like request bowls of only blue M&M's or something.
That actually never happens.
Yes, it does.
Not in the
And sometimes they request only green and red, and these are the ones that they give them.
All right, if you say so, sir. So, shall we actually talk some tech talk tonight?
Yes.
Maybe, since we actually have some stories that we prepared for the show.
So, do you have an iPhone yet?
I don't have an iPhone yet. It hasn't been announced.
Because you're on Verizon.
This could still be a big hoax. You know, we've heard this iPhone Verizon rumor for many, many moons now.
No.
It's going to happen.
Two reasons. Many reasons. One, Leo told me so. Two, it's in the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal doesn't print anything unless it's actually true. Unless they have a good source. And number three, did you hear this, what Leo was talking about? How they sent the invitations from Verizon, but only to the Apple contact list.
Interesting.
So since Leo is not on the approved list because he recorded Steve Jobs and put him online that one time, he's stricken from the list.
Towards the
so
camera.
Leo did not receive one, but Leo is on the Verizon list. So that proves that they were using the Apple list. So it has to be an Apple announcement.
That makes somewhat sense. I can get behind that. But it is going to be a big disappointment if this turns out just to be another big, just announcing the iPad 2. Which, do you think they're going to do that as well? Same keynote?
No, Apple wants to do that themselves. I think that'll be in March.
Okay.
But are you going to get an iPhone if it moves to Verizon?
To be honest, I don't think I will. I think I will be happy with another Android phone after this. After seeing the new Android phones that are coming out here soon, that were at CES, I am looking forward to upgrading to a 2 gigahertz processor in an Android phone. I will be
2
very
gigahertz
happy.
processor?
That's what they're saying.
I think that's faster than my current laptop. That's depressing.
Do I have that wrong? They're saying dual core and stuff like that, and Android Honeycomb only runs on that sort of processor. So it basically has to be something like that. And if they're going to put them in tablets, why can't they put them in phones?
Yeah, that's true.
And if they can't put them in, or if they can put them in phones and all that stuff, why can't they put them in our refrigerators? Which is something I've been saying that they're going to do for some time now. But
well, that's what they've all been saying. Every appliance is going to have a thing, and they're going to tell you when you need new milk.
I would be happy about that.
But why? I don't think I would be happy about that. How can a refrigerator track what you're eating? RFID tags?
I would think barcode scanner. But RFID tags, if all the grocery industries got behind it and put those into it, then yeah, I guess that's how they could do it.
See, like Katie's saying in the chat room, she knows when she needs new milk. She doesn't need someone to tell her.
You're ahead of the game, I think, in some people. That's just my opinion. I never know when we need milk. So maybe this is more of a guy thing. And the fact that, wife sends me to this. Well, actually, the last thing the wife sent me to the store for was milk. And this could have prevented me having to run to the store to get milk for the mashed potatoes last night, it could have been done earlier.
But
so maybe Katie's just ahead of the game.
That would be really useful to have, like, think about, like, you get on your little, it's an app, and it doesn't necessarily tell you that you need to buy milk, but it just tells you what percentage you have. I think that would be really useful. Like, if I get to the store and I forget how much milk I have left or how much butter I have left, I get on my app and it says, oh, you only have a tablespoon of butter left. Then I'm like, okay, I need to buy some butter.
There you go.
I mean, I can see that. That would be really nice. I don't know how it's ever going to do that. It seems like a waste of money to me, but...
Could we do this already? If we basically had an app or something that recorded all of our grocery purchases and then more or less used a nice little spreadsheet and figured out how often we buy these items, how quickly we use them and stuff, and then basically the app just makes a good average and reminds us at those points?
Well, a good average isn't good enough because you're on too small of a scale. Like, just making one extra thing of mashed potatoes one day will make that off by a lot.
Scale go off. You're right. All right. Well, what else did we have over at CES? So there was a best of show announced. What do we have there?
So the Motorola Xoom, spelled Xoom, was the best of show. It's basically, what is it, like a laptop iPad killer?
I would say it's a tablet, first off.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a tablet foremost, and then also has the ability to, be connected to a dock that has the whole full keyboard, it looks like here. But then also the phone can connect to it as well. This new Atrix, and this Atrix is one of those phones I was talking about. Atrix, a dual-core super smartphone.
My phone currently connects to my computer. Why do I care if it has a little special dock?
This has got a nice little dock, it looks like. That's the big thing about it.
And whoop-de-doo-da-day.
All right. Not for Gavin. I think I would like it, to be honest.
I just want to know, like, I'm going to be making a decision, honestly, if I want to buy this Verizon iPhone or if I should buy an Android. I need to know, like, are the Android operating system phones, like, actually snappy? Like, the ones that I used back in the day were always, like, laggy.
I think they're pretty snappy, and my phone is pretty lagged down with me doing all kinds of hacks and stuff to it, but for the most part, it's a snappy experience as far as I'm concerned. Comparing it to a BlackBerry, are you saying that the BlackBerry is more snappy, or from your testing with
compared to an iPhone?
Compared to an iPhone. That's a hard one. It's going to come down to personal preference. That's what it's all. That's what Leo says. Why do we always refer back to Leo? Like he should be part of the show.
Because this show is basically a ripoff of Leo's show. But don't tell him.
Yes. Or do tell him and have him hire us. That would be kind of cool. We'll do a different show. Leo can tell us what type of show we can do. We're supposed to, focus on small town tech here. But, us small town people like to buy phones too. So, we're all technology lovers.
They're saying in the chat room the Incredible is snappy. So maybe I will give Android is Plants vs. Zombies on Android? This is the important question.
No. I don't believe so.
Well, then I'm getting an iPhone.
I don't have it anyway. You could just have a Mac now and use the new Mac App Store download it to your computer, because we needed one more App Store.
Dude, Mac is now going to be one big App Store from now on. Everything they create is going to be App Store.
But everybody has an App Store. That's how everybody's going to work now.
And isn't that amazing that Apple, they initially were not going to allow third-party apps on their iPhone. They just, the user base demanded this of them, so they created the App Store, and suddenly there's this whole ecosystem, and they're making millions of dollars off of it. Presumably this wasn't in their, original prediction of what they were going to do with the iPhone.
Do you think it... So there was no plans whatsoever to do it, or do you think it was just something that they needed to figure out how to control first?
I don't know. I mean, no one knows that except for people who work for Apple, and we'll never find that out. But I mean, my suspicion is that they were never going to have third-party apps. You have to think of that environment of there was no such thing as third-party apps except for in BlackBerry, and those were only very shady, and you had to do a special thing to load them. Back in, when did the iPhone come out? 2006, 2007?
Yes. 7? I think 7.
I don't know.
It hasn't been that long.
But it's very interesting that now everything's about apps, and we're going back to apps, and there's a whole theoretical and philosophical discussion there, but we don't have time for that.
True. What can we talk about?
We can talk about the world's best license plate. Do you see that on the list? You should pull that up.
All the way down at the bottom?
Yeah.
World's best license plate. What do we have here? I think I've seen this before, and this is how low-tech we're going to be today. Virginia.
All right.
It says eat
Everyone...
and then at the bottom it says kids first, because it's a kids first themed Virginia license plate. Very nice.
I mean, this might be an old one. It looks like they posted this one on January 4th, but Virginia actually took this license plate away from this person.
I could see why, but
they originally gave it to him.
Still funny.
That's just hilarious.
That's what you get when you're gonna have little words down at the bottom like that, like kids first. People are gonna figure out a way to exploit them. Like the Florida orange that's in the center of their license plate looks a lot like an O, so people will like spell out orgy with that O and just put the RGY, because the license plate can they can use the word RGY and not orgy. So that's one that I've seen before.
Wow. And with that, I don't know. I feel like we should end the show on that sad piece of human development.
I want to talk about one more thing, and that's how I like roundabouts. You've been here in Highland and experienced our roundabouts.
Dude, roundabouts are the best thing since sliced bread.
Okay, so went back to a good old Highland Topics forum, and they're complaining about them because we're going to get a new hospitaler supposedly out there, and they don't think the roundabouts are going to be able to handle this traffic. I think these people just don't know how to use a roundabout.
I think they also...
doing a little research here today, April 2010 was when all this was posted, and basically they're talking about all these statistics. Several studies conducted in institute, others reported significant improvements in traffic flow following conversions of traditional intersections to roundabouts. A study of 3 intersections in Kansas, Maryland, and Nevada, where roundabouts replaced stop signs, found that vehicle delays were reduced 13 to 23%. And I feel that is accurate in the fact that I can get through that Poplar and Broadway intersection like this every morning and don't have to wait for a light.
Well, I mean, this is a non-issue. Roundabouts are more efficient. Ask any civil engineer who designs roadways about this. It's science. It's irrefutable. These topics people are just crazy. I don't know why. Like, it's a total like fad thing, right? Like, why were these not used throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s? Because they're much more efficient in almost every case than traffic lights.
I don't know. Have you seen these? This was something new I just saw out, close to Chesterfield out there. So basically you have the overpass for the intersection, and the roads that would normally go underneath it switch lanes, so that the traffic that was flowing this way is actually closer to this on-ramp, and then the traffic flowing the other way is closer to the other on-ramp onto the interstate that's above. What are they called? Cross-exchangeways, something along those lines?
I don't know.
But basically there's tons of lines everywhere, and it looks completely complicated, but in actuality it's a great idea, because everybody's going to want to get on the interstate. The only people that it's bad for is the people that have to crisscross lanes every time for the through traffic. But if the majority of the traffic is going online, yes, that's how we relate it back to technology. Anyway.
Well, do you see in the chat room they're saying that St. Rose has St. Rose is getting a roundabout or something.
St. Rose only has one stoplight. Is that where it's going?
Oh, maybe they're not saying St. Rose is getting a roundabout. I don't know.
I'm
There's no way St. Rose needs a roundabout. They just have a stop sign.
they have one light that's just a blinking red light. So I don't think that that's necessary for a roundabout.
Which, don't even get me started on that. That was put in illegally. Did you know this?
That light?
Yeah, no, the stop sign in St. Rose. Talk to some old St. Rose person. The story goes that they were not allowed to put that up by the state. The state of Illinois told them they're not allowed to put it up, but they put it up anyway.
All right.
That's how the story goes.
Those rebel rousers, them. If you're coming into Highland from east, a.k.a. St. Rose Road. So another roundabout out there by...
Oh, yeah. They're putting another one out there.
So past the Sun Streets.
Yeah. That's the loop around Highland.
Highland Pistol Range. No, wait, east. East would be... Yeah, that's that way. Oh, no. What you got for me, Kobe?
Anyway, there's too much Highland talk, I think. We always come back to Highland. You need to create a Highland/Clinton County podcast, Brayden.
Well, that's bringing it all back to the local technology. That's how we differentiate ourselves here.
Sure.
Okay. What about your town up there? What's your town like? We know nothing about your town. It's not actually Chicago, yet I call it that every time.
No, I actually live in Chicago.
It is Chicago?
For sure.
Oh. All right, I stand corrected. I thought you were in like some little subdivision off of it.
Well, it's called Lincoln Park. That's the neighborhood, but I still have a Chicago, Illinois address.
So you actually live in a band?
Yes, and that band was started at DePaul, and I live about like 2 blocks from DePaul, so that's kind of interesting.
So that's where they got their name, I'm assuming?
I think the story goes, I probably have this wrong, but they wanted to call themselves the Chicago Transit Authority, which is the people who run the L system, the train system.
Okay.
But the city of Chicago sued their asses, so they called themselves Chicago instead, and that's what they became famous for.
Wait, wrong band. You live in Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lincoln Park's the band I was referring to, not Chicago the band. But both are great bands. Well, both.
Well, I live in Chicago too. I thought that's what you were referring to.
No, that's fine. Either way, you were still right. So, I think that can do it for tonight, though. Don't you?
I do. Don't forget to check out gavinar.com for all the latest updates and cool news.
Cool news and stuff. And Tech Talk Tonight, we should promote that. The site's been redone. All our contact information is over there on that right side. Hit us up with questions. We'll answer questions live, on the show here. That would be a great change. Give us something hard to answer, and we'll talk about it. That'll be great. So you can email that at questions@TechTalkTonight, and then you can contact both of us, Gavin at Tech Talk Tonight and Braden at Tech Talk Tonight, and follow us on Twitter and all those fun things. And with that, we will wrap the show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Say goodbye, Gavin.
Bye.
Goodbye, Gavin. There we go. Bye, everybody.